We have some very important things to talk about this morning. Unicorn fart dust is amongst the most powerful, the strongest of any project in the history of cryptocurrency. Yeah, I said it out loud. There are other super strong projects, but there's big reasons why. And I want to share with you why I believe, and I think the crypto world will soon see, why we are such a powerful, unbelievable, like nucleus of a community and a project. Guys, let's be real. We've had some awesome support of our project. We are so privileged to be supported by Ledger, right? The cryptocurrency security hardware wallet leader. Like, they secure over 20% of the world's crypto. They are a top tier company, no doubt. Also, MoonPay. Okay, right? The fintech leader, growing, innovating every week, right? Please go watch Keith Grossman in his interview with Raoul Paul. Unbelievable company, unbelievable things. And we're very grateful for that. HTX has given us pure organic support. But the reality is, right, there's also a number of groups, organizations that have created, let's say, headwinds for us, and not particular people per se. I'm not going to call out anybody's name or anything like that. But the bottom line is, yes, we've gotten some great support from, and it's awesome. Think about it. The leaders in crypto are supporting us, but we've also been fighting against several headwinds. Let's think about that for a second and how much more strong we have become just because of that, and what that says about our future as cryptocurrency becomes more and more integrated into the world's financial system, more and more adopted by billions, I mean billions of people around the world in the coming 5 to 10 years. It's going to be incredible. Please, I'll repeat it one more time. Go watch the 1 hour conversation between Raoul Paul and Keith Grossman from MoonPay. They lay it out eloquently. These are bright people. They will give you a clear vision, in my opinion, of why the world is heading towards crypto. Just like email was adopted on a mass scale, just like cell phones were adopted on a mass scale, it's going to happen. But let's talk about the disadvantages that UFD is facing. Yes, of course, right? There's the overall crypto disadvantage. There's still people out there, and they're becoming fewer and fewer, that are anti-crypto in general, right? People that might say crypto is nothing but a bunch of unicorn fart dust. Okay, we've got those. We've got the older people, like in my age group, the boomers, right, who are just starting to warm up to crypto, right? But they haven't quite yet warmed up yet. So we've been dealing with that. People in the precious metals community, some people, right? There's some, look, I came from precious metals. I still love precious metals. There's a lot of people who love crypto and gold and silver, no doubt about it. But there are still some people in the precious metal sector who are vehemently opposed, let's say, to keep things nice, to crypto and to meme coins in general. Okay, look, the crypto world. Let's be real about this as well. There's some people in the overall crypto world that look down upon meme coins. Right? They maybe call them poop coins. We'll refer to it as that. And on top of that all, even within the meme coin world, and I think this is most important, even within our own segment, yes, we've had incredible support from the people, and that's what really matters. But let's say some of the quote unquote establishment in the meme coin world, and maybe I'll just say what I think, which is some of the extractors in the meme coin world. There's two types of people. There's people that add value, right? Which I believe we are part of that category, that our community, that you are one of those people, want to create value, want to create a better world, a better meme coin world, in doing that through Unicorn Fart Dust. Those of us are the value creators. And there are certainly other great projects within meme coins that fall into that category. But there's also this group of people and some organizations within the meme coin world that are extractors, right? And let's just say they have not given us support. Why? Because we don't fit their business model, right? We're not an extractor. We're a community that doesn't want to do rug pulls, doesn't want to be involved in scams. wants to do everything transparently and on the level, wants to put community first. Guys, the reality is really simple. You want UFD to go to the moon? It can. Okay. It's your project. It's not my project. It's your project. You. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Duster. I'm talking to you, Diamond Hoof, right? You really, truly are as much of a CEO of Unicorn Fart Dust as I am. Okay. All I did was spawn it. You are the one with the power. Okay. If you have an idea, you got a little thunder up in your head, we'll turn it into lightning. Do something about it. This is your chance. This is your opportunity. I can give you countless examples of people who've done that. P with the Crunch Fitness program, DJ Litmus, another thumbs up, big thumbs up to DJ for another great Saturday night house party DJ show. Resilient Jack recently, people like The Bean, people like Georgie, who's run all these great contests, people like Emma, who ran a lot of great contests, people, I'm forgetting all of you. You know that. I'm not forgetting you, but I couldn't sit here and name it. This is your project. Yes, right? That is our competitive advantage. And when all the dust settles out there, right? And we're going through a strange period in the meme coin world. I think that a year from now, 18 months from now, when all the dust settles within the meme coin craziness that goes on. I mean, look at what was it last weekend? Kanye West launched a token. You got these tokens that get pumped by the people in the industry. I'll just say it, that are extractors. They're not trying to like build big long-term projects. Not everybody. I'm not, but you know as well as I do what's going on. I've been around the block in crypto enough times in 8 months to see what happens. People that come into our community and want to farm us. Okay, that's great. Maybe we need to start farming them back. I can be a darn good farmer. I have some overalls. Don't you worry, Dusters. Okay. Look, at the end of the day, we've got this big advantage. Our community. Now, I'm not just saying the community is not some far-flung thing off in our imagination. I want you to look at me in the eyes. The community is you. You are part of the community. The community is a group of people. And in Unicorn Fart Dust, we keep everything open source. All right. I had a conversation this morning with one of our community members who has an idea. I won't go into details, but it's something I don't really understand. And I said, hey, bring it to the community. Ask the community what they think about this. Because I don't make the decisions. You make the decisions because you are part of this. And the absolute beauty, please get this through your thick horn. When I was a kid, my mom would always say that to me because let's just say I could sometimes be a little hard-headed. She would say, let me get this through your thick head. Okay. In a loving way. Hi, Mom. You watch the live streams. I love you. Okay. But let me get this through your thick horn, right? You control where this project goes. That's the bottom line, right? And because we don't control what happens with UFD, it is truly, beautifully, perfectly decentralized. You can make big, big, major change. And the absolute beauty of it all, right? The reason why we are one of the most powerful projects in the history of cryptocurrency, why we are one of the most powerful projects in the meme coin sector, is because we are perfectly aligned with how and why, the ethos behind the blockchain, the ethos behind cryptocurrency. That's why the big quality companies want to be aligned with us. They recognize that. They recognize the power of you. This is not some venture capitalist. This is not some celebrity. This is not some project where we've got a huge, where we kept 50% of the tokens for ourselves. This has been you from day one. This will continue to be you. And this, I'm telling you, right? When you think about our community, it is an absolute nucleus of power that can accomplish anything. But it's not me, okay? I'll do my part. You do your part, which most of you are. But if you're watching right now, it's because you have an interest. You recognize how special this situation is and where it can head. Okay, so thank you for listening. Woo, what else did crypto? I got to look at my notes. Crypto's here to stay. I'm telling you, just like 10 years ago, maybe some of you aren't as old as I am, but a lot of you are. But 10, 15 years ago, nobody had smartphones. I remember when the iPhone first came out and I was like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I remember a couple of years later, because I was with AT&T, I got an iPhone and we were on vacation in Michigan with big family vacation. And my brother-in-law was like, you can get on the internet with that thing. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And he showed me. And I was, anyway, my point is, right now, everybody has cell phones. People in their 80s and 90s have cell phones. 15 years ago, they didn't. 10 years ago, a lot of people didn't. That's exactly what's going to happen with overall crypto. And as we're here as an established project, not just established, but established in a way that purely demonstrates that we adhere to principles like honesty. What? Honesty? Integrity, which means doing the right thing when nobody's listening or watching. Okay, doing the right thing when you got an angel. You know what it's like. We all do, right? Sometimes in life, you get faced with a decision. You've got an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other shoulder, right? And you have to weigh and make a decision. We do what's right for the community. We treat people the way that we want to be treated. All right. That's a lot going on. I'm sorry. I went off on a rant there. Okay. Let's move on. Let's look at some fun stuff about the community. Nick Cook, our friend Nick Cook, the Cookster, brought up a great point. Okay. But there's one mistake on this I want to fix. It says, we aren't a meme or celebrity coin. We are a cult lifestyle movement coin. Let's look at this. Have you guys seen this chart? Apparently it's going all around on the internet. It's kind of like a pyramid that shows what the top coins are. Now, when you look at this, it's very interesting, right? At the top, cults, lifestyle brands, subcultures, movements, and missions. Our movement, our mission, right, is to prove that fair and honest will win, is winning in crypto. The only mistake I see on this when it comes to UFD is this right here. I don't think that we are a cult. Let's see if I can draw it on there. We are a cult, a COLTS. And I'll tell you why, because a cult, somebody brought this up to me the other day. A cult is somewhere that you're told how to think. Like, am I a cult leader? No, I don't want to be a cult leader. Okay, I'm a community member, like we talked about earlier. Cult leaders will tell you what to think. I will never tell you what. The only thing I'll ever tell you to think is to not let me tell you what to think. I do not want to tell you what to think. Does that make sense? The only thing I'm going to tell you to think is don't ever think that I'm telling you what to think. A lot of thinking going on there. Basically, what we're saying is we are a community that has a lot of shared ideas, a lot of shared missions. Some things we don't agree on, maybe politically, religiously, whatever. Okay. However, we set those things aside because what we do agree on is that the world is made up of good people that only want a fair shot, a fair shake. Okay. And that's what we're delivering. And that, again, that is aligned perfectly with the original ethos of the cryptocurrency world, which is why we are absolutely able to refer to ourselves as baby Bitcoin. I mean, honestly, and I'm just speaking my mind here. You don't have to agree with this, but I would say in some ways, we're almost more aligned with the original ethos of Bitcoin than Bitcoin is now. I mean, Bitcoin has, to a certain degree, become a little bit institutionalized. You've got BlackRock involved, big TradFi companies involved. And I'm not saying that for sure, but really when it comes to a pure community, right, a pure grassroots, powerful movement, I don't know. Somebody tell me what other community out there is doing a better job than you are. And again, as crypto gets mass adoption in the next 5 to 10 years, we are going to be here, right? Our horns are going to be shining. Okay, the dust will settle in the meme coin circus world. I don't know what you want to call it. That's going on right now. The extractors, because of the beauty of the blockchain, will be exposed, and the good projects will survive. The good projects that are forged in community support. Okay, let's go back here. Here's a great one. This was awesome. This was a little string of messages that popped up on X. Thank you, Nick Cook, for sharing that one. Let's go out here. This was a post from crypto.com. Which crypto community has it all figured out? Well. Just a guy popped in there and said, I can't say we've got it all figured out, but we know that focusing on positivity and ethics makes us stronger. Okay. In a world where you can be anything, be kind, but it gets better. And I love that. But this one, Sticky said, I think UFD is more than just the basics figured out. I feel it's just a matter of time. Some people say we need to do this or that. No joke. You should see my DMs, guys. Please remember, I get hit with a lot of ideas. Let me put it that way. I think it's just time, and that the core of us believers keep believing. And honestly, I think we all come to UFD because we truly are believers before this. So I really don't see any concern. Just more opportunity to get better entry and share the love with others. And I agree with that 100%. We can complicate this. And then I got one more I want to share with you. But guys, look, here's the reality of crypto, according to Ron from his basement, the 55-year-old boomer who has learned a lot over the 8 months. But it's to somebody who came in and learned crypto and has seen what has gone on in the last, 15 years and what is going on now. It is simple. The beginning of crypto and Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, it's simple, right? It's a ledger. Okay. It's an opportunity to have almost this pure level of transparency. What we have with UFD is even more simple, right? On Solana, and we have 999 million beans, and you can't ever make any more beans. Once enough people have the UFD token and aren't selling it, it creates something that we like to refer to as a bean shortage. And from there, we could get to a point where we have a beanopoly. Yeah, here it is. Okay. And each one of those beans represents one of you, right? The community members. And as the jug gets filled up, and this jug cannot get any bigger, see the 999 M, that's all the beans, 999 million, right? We get to a point where the extractors and the traders, and that's great, right? Sure, give us liquidity, but there starts to become a big shortage, and then we get to a oh. And that, my friends, is very simple. And it's about the community. Okay, let's go back here. One more we want to look at. This was really the one why I pulled this up. Thank you, Sticky. Thank you, Just a Guy. But this was the one that really got me. This is a guy named M. Layden. And he said, looks like a new duster here, guys. I became a believer in UFD after I saw the community and its activity here on X. He didn't say because I saw Ron. He didn't say because I saw any particular person. He didn't see a big VC funded advertising campaign. He didn't hear a bunch of crazy promises about what we're going to do. No, he saw the community and he saw the value in the community. He says it's an order. Am I sharing the right screen? Yeah, it's an order of magnitude stronger and more active than all other projects with a similar market cap. Even the projects with a significantly bigger market cap don't have the community like UFD. So I allocated all of my meme portfolio from a few projects into UFD and feeling great, right? Again, guys, that's a new person attracted, right? Good attracts good. Man, we don't talk about that. Well, you guys, I need to get a big, a hammer down here that comes down from the ceiling every day and conks me on the head. I know it and I live it, and I know you do too, but good attracts good. That's very, very important as we move forward. Let's watch the fun video of the day. This guy makes some incredible videos about UFD, but there's deep meaning, deep storyline within this next video. Let's check it out. I'm going to play it for you right now. This comes from, please go out and support him. He's doing a great job. BCP, Okay. And it's at B_C_P_source. There it is right there on your screen. Okay. Let's pull this for your viewing pleasure. We will do a full screen model. Here we go. Uh-oh. Hold on, Dusters. It's that time of the live stream where I make a mistake. Let me make sure I got the right screen up now, which I do. I apologize. And let's try that again. Here we go. Pirates of the Bean. Look at that. Oh. I don't look that handsome in person. Horns up!
It's all unicorn fart dust. It's all unicorn fart dust. È tutto unicorn fart dust.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I was on mute the whole time. Oh, I gave great commentary. Okay, back to it. Is your horn tingling? Sorry, I muted my microphone and forgot to turn it back on because I'm like you. I'm human. Stuff happens during live streams. What a great video. BCP. Oh, everybody was in there. Elizabeth, Gino, Jack, Resilient Jack. Who else did I see in there? Oh, boy. Everybody. A lot of big people. DJ Litmus. Great job. But is your horn tingling after seeing that? Because this is a special. We are in the corral. That's what I was saying. Together right now. Is your horn tingling? Right? We're in the corral. We are unicorn. We're bean holders. We're bean counters. We're bean bakers, whatever you want to call it. But outside the corral, outside that fence where we are the 90% of people who don't own unicorn fart dust. Those are the buttercups. Hey, buttercup. And that's fine. And even some people out there are people that maybe made the, we'll just say, decision to sell their UFD, but they're still watching. They were re-buttercupped, but we'll welcome them back. And as crypto continues in the next 5 to 10 years to get mass adoption, guys, we're going to be here with our horns, right, shining, right? We're going to be the project that has the reputation of having honesty, integrity, right? Good attracts good. And we're going to get more and more people joining us here in the okay, let's talk about mass adoption. This is interesting. I'm going to show you a little story and then tell you what I learned. But look, MasterCard, right, is making moves into the crypto world. MoonPay is obviously, I don't know, I heard somebody say the other day they're becoming like the PayPal of crypto, okay? We are having mass adoption of crypto in the world, like we've talked about 18 times during today's video. But here's a news story, and I'll tell you, if you want to sound fancy, something that you can talk about today, and let's pull this one up. Here it is right here. From Cointelegraph, new MasterCard and Circle expand their partnership to enable USDC, that's the US dollar. Oh, shoot. Hold on here. Yeah, it's up. Sorry, there's like a bad delay with my monitor today. USDC to EURC settlement across the EEMEA. So the USDC is the US dollar stable coin, basically backed by US dollar, backed by US treasuries, US debt, US bonds, however you want to think about it. Okay. The EURC is the European version of that. In Europe, the currency they use is called the euro. The EURC is the stable coin backed by the euro, and it's going to enable settlement across the EEMEA, which stands for, this will make sense to you now, Eastern Europe, Middle East, and Africa. It's like a designation given to those geographical areas. The point here is this is bringing more and more people into the overall big picture cryptocurrency ecosystem. Okay. And as those people come in, like we talked about earlier, they're going to be buttercups at first. That's okay. As they're looking around and they're like, what are meme coins? What's this? Well, then they're going to say, they're going to hear about unicorn fart dust. Okay. Time, right? It does take time. It does take work. Anything worth achieving in life takes a lot of time and a lot of work, right? But it's worth it when you know what the long-term goal is, what you know what the long-term result can be. Look, I can't guarantee anything. You know, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't make any financial decisions, relationship decisions. Don't adopt a puppy, a kitten. Don't do anything based on what I say. Even decide where to go to dinner tonight. However, right, what I believe is that we have a very bright future with this project, and only for one reason, and that is you, right? Because you are the community, and our community can create unlimited utility. Our community is our utility. You know that 99% of utility coins that were launched through ICOs from venture capital funds, 99% of them turn into big nothing burgers. They wind up not having a utility and not having a community. We're different. We're backwards. We were launched by the community, and the community creates our utility. And because we are completely open source, we don't limit what people can do. The community decides what's good. The community decides, no, we don't like that idea, or yes, we do like that idea. We have the ability to create unlimited utility. The community is unlimited, right? And because the community is not limited in what they can do, the utility you can create is also unlimited. It's real true. And that's what the founding fathers of crypto had in mind when they set it up this way. Imagine that. And oh, one more thing, it's all fair and level. If you're out there and you're one of those people that likes to complain, and trust me, Susie can attest. You know, let's ask Susie. I can be a complainer. Hold on a second. Hey, Susie, do I sometimes have a little bit of a tendency to complain a little bit over?
To you personally? Over?
Yeah, I mean, do I sometimes complain a little bit?
You do, hon. Everyone does. That's normal. Over.
All right. Anyway, the point here being, guys, that if you want a fair and level shot, this is it. This is the fair and level shot. This is the opportunity. Look, the traditional finance world, with big banks, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, all that, let's just say most normal sized people don't have a real advantage. If you weren't, born with a silver spoon in your mouth, America's a great country. And you know what? It's a land of opportunity. I still believe that 100%. It's reinforced to me because of what we've seen happening with crypto in this country, right? It hasn't been smashed. Actually, now we're in an environment that's conducive to crypto. So if you want that fair, and there's nobody that has any advantage in unicorn fart dust, period, right? Because even within the crypto world, we are set apart. Everybody has the same exact. If you're watching right now from Africa, hello to all our friends in Africa. Australia, hello, okay? Canada, South America, Europe, Iceland, I don't know, Timbuktu, anywhere you are, anywhere. If you're the richest guy in the world or you're one of the more poor people in the world, doesn't matter. Everybody has the exact same access to unicorn fart dust. I don't have any advantage. If I want to go buy more beans today, I don't get like special treatment or anything like that. I'm on the same exact level, transparent, fair playing field as you or anyone else. I don't have, I have like 0.7% of the UFD beans is what I own. I don't have like some massive, millions and millions. I can't print more. Trust me. There's no human way that I can make this jug any bigger. And please remember, this jug represents all the UFD beans that were ever created and will ever. I'm trying to get you a good view. There's like a glare on there. Where's that coming from? Anyway, never, ever again. That was one of the things that I got. I knew nothing about crypto, right? I thought I knew a little, but I really knew nothing on December 16th when I created Unicorn Fart Dust as an experiment. And I made my first video, my first live stream about Unicorn Fart Dust. The first words out of my mouth, don't buy it. I was the FUD. We were born in FUD. I was a gold and silver maxi that called crypto Unicorn Fart Dust. Think about that. I mean, the community from the inception, from the spawning of UFD, the community took over. The first person that you convinced was me. Okay? The first person you convinced. And then it set off this chain of events in terms of me learning about crypto, but learning about the true value. Is there value? Really, truly, is there value? And there were a couple things that really, I need to write this other one down. Being limited. Hold on. Okay. And value. Let's cover that quickly because that was one of the coolest things. Is, I'm this guy that really dislikes crypto 9 months ago. And one of the first things I learned was this idea that there's value in community. And it opened up this whole new world of enlightenment for me because what I learned was, yes, there is value in being created when people come together, when people have a shared mission, when people believe and have a soul and work together on a project and people have a fair shot that people, and then like Murad, I watched something by Murad and then a person from the gold and silver community, ironically sent me this email. I'll never forget. I was sitting in the Barca lounger upstairs reading it at like 4 a.m. because I wake up very, very early. And he talked about like people will pay, people will assign value to intangible things. And I think one of the things he talked about is like people will pay to go to a movie theater and be entertained by a movie. That's an intangible thing. People will pay to watch sporting events. People will pay to belong to churches. People will pay to belong to the Lions Club, the whatever, any other club that's out there. They all have dues, right? That there's real value. But then what's even more exciting about what we're doing is, hey, this isn't a St. Louis thing. Yes, I'm in a basement in St. Louis. No, because of the magic. That number one, that's magic, right? And the crypto blockchain is magic. But the other thing is because of Web3 and our ability to connect all around the world, it creates this environment all around the world, like all those places. Taza, hi Taza in Australia, right? Gimmicks in Australia. I mean, trust me, I've been to Australia. From where I live, that's the other side of the darn world. And I loved it there. Okay. People in Asia. Hello to all of our friends in Korea, North and South. Hello to our friends in China, Thailand. I mean, everywhere, guys. This reaches everywhere. It's incredible. Okay. And it's value. It's belonging. Hello, Burger Man in Philippines. How have you been? But on top of that, the other thing that I learned that was when it sealed the deal for me. The community, all that stuff was great. Was when I learned this, that we only have 999 million beans. That gives us double duty scarcity. Okay. There's only one unicorn fart dust, period. This project can never be replicated. Okay. This project can be imitated, and that's great. Right? It creates more good in the world. That's awesome. No problem. But there's only one unicorn fart dust. But the double whammy cherry on top is that there's only so many beans. If you think about it like a baseball card, maybe it's not a good analogy, but there's only so many, whatever year, 1958 Babe Ruth baseball cards that were ever made. And there's a community of people that want to assign value to a piece of paper with a picture on it, okay, and make it very, very valuable. We've got that same situation right now, but we are on the leading edge of technology, both from a financial perspective, but also from a communications perspective. Look at what we are doing right now. You are with me in my basement. Think about it. Trust me, I'm 55 years old. If you told me this 35 years ago when I was a sophomore in college, that I'd be in my basement connecting with people all over the world and basically doing this for free. I got to pay for internet every month and a $25. Look, I got a $25 webcam and like 5 lamps shining on me. Anyone's been down here, I think, is like, whoa, that's not what I expected. Okay. But it's working. It's working. I'm an average guy just like you, but we're also extraordinary people. It's a big honor that you're part of the UFD community. It's a big honor that you're part of what we are doing. Let's keep up the good work. Have a great day. Don't forget the most important thing. Sorry, my nose itched there. Guys, the most important thing of all, be good to yourself. Be the best you can to yourself. I know we all go through ups and downs. It's part of being human. We're always here for each other, but be as good to yourself as you can today. That'll give you a platform from which you, yes, you can be good to other people. Take care, and I'll see you soon.